Fillmore to talk about last week's game between Fort Payne and Grissom. Coach, we talked last week, and you mentioned several times last week about how difficult it was going to be to get the team up to play a team that lost 15 straight games.
Well, Larry, I hope that's what our problem was. We either were really flat or not up for the game, or we're not a very good football team. And I don't want to take any credit away from Grissom, because as you and I have talked about, I think Grissom's a much improved football team over last year, and they played very hard and had a good little running back, and they played hard on defense. But it certainly was not one of our better games, I hope, and we made a lot of mistakes, and we just didn't really play with any intensity like the Wildcats are supposed to play with, and we're going to have to change some of that those games coming up, or we won't be able to play against many of our opponents with that kind of effort and intensity and come away with a win.
The Wildcats win it by a score of 27-12. Let's get into the film now in the first half. Coach, Fort Payne lost the first coin toss of the year, and Grissom deferred to the second half, and they're going to pay for that right off the bat here.
Well, like I said, this probably is one of the worst things happening in the game in a way. It's great for Pat and great for our team, but I think it caused us to relax. I'm not sure how many good blocks we had. We had a few. Pat broke a tackle there, and he's got great speed. Breaks a tackle, makes a guy miss, and breaks this tackle, and stiff arms, and runs on down the end zone. And of course, I know Sid was tickled to death, and we were too, but in the back of my mind, I was saying, well, you know, that was so easy. I'm afraid we're going to maybe, but, you know, the kids have got to learn not to do that. They got to learn to, keep on playing hard, whether we're up 7-0 or not. But someone told me that was a school record kickoff.
94 yards. It may very well be a school record. 94 yards, 11:44 to go in the first quarter.
Maybe some kind of record. That's 2 kickoffs in a row we've returned.
Right, I was going to mention that. But here comes Grissom. They're going to come right back. They're going to go 71 yards in 6 plays.
We just didn't play on defense all night long like we wanted to. Good, Scott Gilbert doing a good job fighting through there and forcing up there that didn't make the tackle, but he took 2 or 3 blockers.
D.J. Osborne first to Carlton here.
That's a nice throw and catch. We're not in bad position right there. We just need to get there and make the tackle. I missed the start of that play right there. Woo! That was a great hit by Taurus Turner.
That was A.J. Brock, the fullback, gained 16 yards.
He turned him upside down, I'm telling you.
Here's Boffenkamp. We're going to hear his name a lot. Yeah. Brent Boffenkamp.
Well, of course, he's a good runner, but we just didn't do things at the point of attack that you got to do, and good job there by one of our linebackers. I'm not sure who it was.
Here's a touchdown. Well, that's not the touchdown.
No, it's a little bit early. You're just a little soft over there and not doing the things that you got to do to got a face mask penalty. Have to move on down a little closer. You know, really, they just got all pumped up, and you know, you can't blame them. Here's a touchdown run right here, and runs through a couple of tackles. And, you know, we're kind of sitting around saying, surely these guys have read about us. We hadn't lost a game yet, and they're just busy playing football. And of course, we come right back with a scoring drive, I believe, and that's, you know, it wasn't all bad. We won the game. No such thing as a bad win, but
nice snap here.
Good job on defense right here, I believe, by Ryan Peoples. Really pretty good job by their quarterback. You know, one thing we work on all the time with ours is don't ever get tackled on the extra point. Throw it somewhere because you don't have anything to lose. In college you do, but not in high school.
Missed point after, and the Wildcats lead it 7-6 with 9:42 to go.
We got a penalty here on this that we didn't need, backed us up, and we really fussed at one of our players, and we got our film back, and we can't really find much in there. And Eric Turner running football. Good job out there by little Calvin Nostella blocking somebody. They got played good for us Friday night. It was number 81, Eric Grote. He had several big blocks. Shane Dobbs on the bootleg pass. And does a good cut. He's hard to tackle out there in that open field. We've moved it, I believe, 2 first downs in 2 plays.
We're in the middle now of 12 plays, 68 yards right.
We really didn't do a good job inside all night, but they've got a lot of people stacked up there, and when they do, you got to throw it better than we did. Good job by Kenny Windorf and Reggie Nixon, and good job running the football, and there's one of those many.
Got a hold on that.
Yellow flags we saw all night long.
But
good job on the screen pass by good execution, get the ball back to Eric. Thought he might break it for a touchdown, but they made a pretty good reaction and got back in position to make the tackle.
17-yard gain. Eric will run for 10 on this play down to the 33.
There's another good job by Eric Grote out there at tight end, and also by Ryan Peoples blocking. Clint Beeson, Alan Rose doing a good job. I believe they got a penalty right there.
15-yard step off face mask.
I'm just not sure that people pay their $4 to come in and see those yellow flags drop on the ground all the time, and I'm not sure that there are not some officials that think that's a part of the game. And I just think you got to let them play. You know, if it's something obvious, let's call it. But
none of those face masks were there flagrant.
well, you know,
Mark, two calls.
Like roughing the punter. That they say you can't, not supposed to touch it at all. Good job by Kenny Wendorf right there, and a great run by Eric Turner.
Takes us 3 plays to get in here.
Well, we just got to get a little tougher down close. You know, we got to drive them back in there, and
He's in the end zone there.
you know, I kind of thought he was too, but
our sideline camera showed him in the end zone up to his ankles that time.
but you know, like I said, we got to just knock them on back, and we don't execute that very good. You know, on the 1 foot line, you got to knock them back and make it a yard in that end zone for sure.
3rd down now.
We didn't really block anybody much right there. Here we are close again, but thought we had a good play. Really, we're lucky on this 4th down play. Good execution by Shane Dobbs. We missed a little assignment. The guy has him by the leg right there and just lets go, and Shane runs it in for the touchdown.
The Fort Payne's driven it 68 yards in 12 plays. A big drive.
Good job by the right side of our line now on that. David Stanley makes the extra point.
3:23 to go in the 1st quarter, and Fort Payne now leads at 14-6. And I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Well, right now is the time that you got to go back and say, okay, they had a good drive. Let's go back to work on defense and you know, really get after them good. And I really want to think it's one of those things our guys wanted to, but it's like you said, they just really weren't very up for the game. And you can't be up all 10 weeks. So those things happen.
Morris Bynum, I thought, did an excellent job kicking against the wind.
Did a great job kicking. We didn't do nearly as good a job covering as we have done in other games. And that's something we've worked on this week. Here they come on the toss sweep. And Ryan Peoples did a little better job, but didn't make the tackle. And Chris Palmer finally finished it off. And there's the option play, and Carlos Turner making the play.
Boffinkamp again. Boffinkamp again here. Gained a yard.
Just a little bit too soft right there. Knocked back.
Got his 1st down, though.
Let's come up and force on that quarterback a little quicker than that. It was just kind of like that all night, wasn't it? We were just making a lot of real bad mistakes. We were just kind of sort of sitting back on our heels instead of really attacking on offense and defense, really.
Osborne will throw to Boffinkamp here.
Good play here, but it was 3rd and 2, and he made about 2. But you got to make that play on 1st down.
Well, Derek Purdy played well. He had several big tackles in the open.
Derek's improved an awful lot, I think, since last year. Derek didn't play very much as a junior, played on some of our kicking teams, but he's worked hard in that weight room and gotten stronger and he's gotten faster.
That's a quarter.
Good job there by Gabe Goggins and looks like maybe Tony Schrader.
Big run coming up here by Brent Boffinkamp, 27 yards.
Well, they just block us all at the point of attack. Derek Purdy saves us a touchdown there again.
Big sack. Several by Dusty.
Well, Dusty had a great game, and I don't want to question anybody's coaching, but the fans are going to always say, well, you run it, make 1st downs, come out and throw, and that got them in a little bit of trouble right there. But, we're too soft there. They knock us back. I believe that's Carlos Turner in on the tackle.
They'll try to throw 2 straight times here.
Our assignment should have been to get them to pass. If we could make them pass, we did pretty good against that. Good job there by Derek Purdy on the safety blitz.
Another sack. 6-yard loss.
I believe they ruled that his arm was in motion, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is a sack.
Yeah, okay. That's Dusty again. The best pass defense in the world is pass rush, and of course we're going to need some of that Friday night.
That was a 4th down play, so Fort Payne will take over.
We'd take a football and move it, run the option. We just got to hit up in there a whole lot harder than we did, and we got to execute. We spend too much time on that not to execute it any better than we do.
Game 2.
Woo.
Eric will game 3.
We're tough running, but we had too much penetration.
3rd and 5.
I think this kind of was part of the story. We just didn't execute throwing the football like we have in the first 2 ball games. And, kind of like my wife says, that's a lot harder than it looks so easy to do. But it takes a lot of timing, and we're just a little bit off here or there, and we just didn't execute on offense at all like we got to.
Play gained 2 yards. The Wildcats were penalized for having only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Grissom declined the penalty. So Fort Payne punts, a good job there by Ryan Peoples and the entire coverage team. 35-yard punt, 2-yard return. Grissom's not going to get anything on this series. Bopping count for nothing.
Well, that's how you got to play it, and part of it's old Toss Turner knocked 69 back in next week over there. And so we had a big play. They run the draw, though, and pick up way too much there.
That's 6. 3rd and 4.
Good pass rush, got to make a tackle. Knock him back. Got Gilbert on the tackle line.
So Carlton will come in to punt the ball away.
We had to rush on several times. We felt like the way they were trying to punt the football, that we had a better chance to block it. We had Calvin Mostella back there trying to rush it. Need to get up there and field some of those short ones. Of course, that one didn't bounce much, and we sure need to get away from that ball. Know that, because if it hits us, then they're going to get it.
Fort Payne from their 43-yard line now. Morris will go for 2.
We're just not really coming off the football, moving people, and not really running as hard as we got to run.
Shame for 2.
We're real disappointed in our execution all the way around. Couple good hits by their guys.
3rd and 4 now.
Alan Rose had been hurt a series or 2 before that, and he's limping pretty good, and I believe he's just about played his last play or 2 there. We take him out and rest him, and I'm not sure if Alan will be able to play this week, really.
So Ryan Peoples punts it away. Caught on the 25 by Carlton. Grissom will run their big fullback now. A.J. Brock for 3 yards.
I believe that was Dusty and Tony maybe making that tackle. Play a little better right here. Got to get there and make a tackle, though. Being too soft after we had it played and strung out on that sideline. Just got a little soft there.
Run that wingback Vega now. And 4.
Chris Palmer making that play, I believe.
Another big 20-yard gain by Bob.
Another good job by Taurus Turner.
Chris Elmore there on the tackle also. Chris didn't grab him by the ankles, he may have scored.
Right. But, you know, we gotta get our free safeties. That's a good tackle there by, who was that, Jeff McFadden?
Yeah.
We got to get our free safeties and corners, quit making so many tackles, and start making a few more up there at the line. Good job by Dusty. Gabe Goggins making part of it. When we work against ourselves in practice, it's difficult to block Dusty on pass because he's so quick. He moves really well. And how many sacks did he have in the game? 4?
4. He said 4 so far. 4th down now.
We've got the Pooh Bear in there at nose. Good job by Gabe Goggins on the screen over here.
So Fort Payne will take over and run 1 play. That'll be the end of the half.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have called this because they were coverage they were in. Pretty good execution, but they just had too many people back there for it to be open.
At the end of the first half, Fort Payne leads it by a score of 14-6.
Hi, this is Doug Crow from MetLife. Justice Coach Jerry Elmore must have a game plan each week to ensure the success of the Fort Payne Wildcats, so should each individual also have a game plan to ensure their future financial success. At MetLife, we're problem solvers, not policy pushers. If you would like assistance in planning your financial future, we need to talk. Stop by our office at 105 Grand Avenue South or give us a call at 845-6748. John Estes or I will be most happy to assist you in planning your financial future. And remember, get Met. It pays.
FEW, we keep the system moving. We're putting stereos in them cars.
FPW Electronics has the perfect car stereo for you, and they have custom installation, including custom speaker boxes for most cars and trucks. See FPW Electronics on 1st Street in Fort Payne for the best selection of brand name car stereo.
FEW, that's the way we do it. We keep our customers satisfied.
Enjoy TV entertainment at its best this fall with an exciting new RCA or Zenith television from Gary's TV and Appliance in Fort Payne. From sharp, stylish portables for the kitchen to complete big-screen home theater systems, as well as an impressive selection of VCRs and camcorders. Gary's TV and Appliance also offers you a wide selection of home appliances by Maytag and Whirlpool. Be sure to check the weekly appliance specials that will save you money on dishwashers, dryers, refrigerators, and kitchen ranges. Dependable service after the sale always at Gary's TV and Appliance, 605 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Stop in soon.
This is it, what you've been waiting for. New triple-wide homes now available at Southern Colonial Homes in Rock Springs, Georgia. These huge 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes include such features as a fireplace and glamour bath. They're crafted by Fleetwood, America's most popular builder of manufactured homes. And the price, just $29,000. You must see these stunning homes in person to fully appreciate them. Come and browse at Southern Colonial Homes, Highway 27, Rock Springs, Georgia, formerly Best Buy Homes. Phone area code 404-375-6030. Southern Colonial Homes.
Coach, at halftime, the Wildcats are leading 14-6, but you look at all these statistics. Every statistic favors the Grissom Tigers. Boffenkamp rushed 13 times for 132 yards. What do you tell your team at halftime?
Well, we certainly had some things we needed to iron out on defense, and we spent some time with our secondary and some alignment things. But, you know, really the biggest thing we thought at that time, and even so after looking at the film even more, we just weren't really standing up there jaw to jaw with them and playing hard-nosed defense. We were doing a lot of catching and watching and letting them get up ahead of steam. And, you know, really we didn't play that well on offense in the first half. Probably one of the most critical things that happened in the game. And I've probably been in this stuff too long, you know, that you see it come around and come around and come around again. But you see a game where a team returns that opening kickoff for a touchdown. And their fans are excited and their kids are excited. And somewhere back in their mind they say, oh, this is going to be easy. And I think that was kind of an omen, so to speak. When Pat made the great run and returned the kickoff, I think our kids just relaxed, and they never did really play with a lot of intensity the whole game. And of course, we tried to make a few adjustments at halftime, but some of that we've had to iron out on the practice field even this week, and we might have done a little better the second half, but to be honest, we didn't do a lot better than we had the first half.
Let's get into the film of the second half, but before we do that, we have a little special feature we'd like to show you. We interviewed the assistant coaches last week. Let's get into these interviews with these assistant coaches, then we'll get into the film of the second half.
Coach C.M. Sanford, the defensive coordinator for the Wildcats. Coach, what are your duties as the defensive coordinator?
Well, primarily we've watched the film and come up with a defensive game plan, what we need to try to do to stop the other teams. Of course, on Friday nights during the games, I would call or signal the defensive end to our team when we're on defense.
Coach Pat Horton, the defensive line coach. Coach, I got a lot of young but experienced linemen this year.
Well, we're fortunate in that we have two returners back. Tony Schrader and Dusty Goggins both started for us as sophomores last year, so hopefully if luck holds out, we'll have them even for another year. And the only senior of the three is Rod Bolden.
Coach Pat Horton, you need to look at the camera. Don't look at me. Coach Johnny Burt's a new coach on the staff. Coach, new in Fort Payne. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Hartsville, Alabama. Played high school football there, and then was fortunate enough to go to college and play ball. Played at Delta State University in Mississippi.
Gulf South Conference.
Gulf South Conference. Very tough.
You're new in Fort Payne, but you're coaching the running backs. Got a good stable of running backs back there this year.
Got a great group of young men. They're really attentive. They listen to what you have to say, and they play and do what you say to the best of their ability. Couldn't do any better.
Did a good job this year, Coach. Coach Johnny Burke. Coach Philip Colley, also new in Fort Payne. Coach, glad to have you in Fort Payne. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, where you coached, things like that.
Okay. Originally, I'm from Guntersville, Alabama. Been coaching in the Birmingham area for the last 6 years at Mortimer Jordan High School and Pinson Valley High School. Decided to come to Fort Payne when I found out the job was open. Got two small children that like to raise them in a nice area, and this is one of the nicest places I know of.
Helping with the football program also, as well as basketball. What are some of your duties with the football team?
Well, I'm helping out a little bit with the junior high team, and then on Friday nights I help out with the varsity. Whatever Coach Elmore needs me to do, any type of manager type things, whatever. You know, I let him dictate what I do, and just any way I can help, I try to help.
Coach Philip Colley. Coach, welcome to Fort Payne.
Thank you.
2-1.
Coach Sean Sutton, coach of defensive backs. Coach, a good group of defensive backs this year.
Yes, sir. We're real pleased so far with how they came along. We've still got a ways to go, but they're real energetic and they give me all I ask out of them.
Good job there, Coach. Coach Sean Sutton. Wildcats lead it 14-6, Coach. Kickoff to Grissom, and doesn't exactly start out the way you want it to. They go 66 yards in 5 plays.
Well, Morris really put it down there about the 1 on that one, didn't he? We just didn't cover very good, though. We got to get the coverage and the kicking hand in hand, man. We start out, like you say, about like we left off. They run the toss sweep, and we make a good play on first down. Let's get him down.
Bill Boffenkamp will run for 8 this time to the 42. Then he'll run for 10.
Good play by Toss Turner. I believe that might have been the play Chris got his shoulder hurt on. We really can't find a play in the film. He hit a pretty hard lick there. Got hit too pretty good.
Danny Vega there. Zane Reese, I thought, played well. Here's a big
Zane
run.
played okay, and we got this play stopped at the line of scrimmage. We just don't lock up, and we sort of over-pursue and get some folks out of position. And old number 11 not quite as fast as 27, I can tell you that.
He's got his shoulder hurt by now, probably.
Coach Sanford said today he didn't mind him dragging that piano around with him if he just didn't want to stop and play it every time.
They're going to go for 2 now. And we make a big play here.
Really good play by them. They got a guy wide open back there and threw to the wrong guy, but we did stop it, and at least we're not tied up. And I think we take control of the game here and score again.
This is the big play. This is Fort Payne, 17 plays, 53 yards, 3 times during this drive. Fort Payne went for it on 4th down and made it. This is a really a big drive.
You know, one of the things we had talked to our players about in playing a team like Grissom, here they are, they've lost, Pat almost broke this one. They've lost 15 straight ball games, and they're playing a team that's ranked 10th in the state, and they got a chance to win. Well, the longer they played close to us, the better they played. They would get more excited about a second. A good tough running right there by Eric Turner.
8-yard run by Eric.
See that pretty often out of him. Got the Mosteller's in here. Dennis is in a play at wide. They split in, and Calvin's at the wide receiver.
Morris will run for 4.
I tell you, little Dennis is going to be a fine player one of these days. He's about the same size as Calvin. Of course, he's 2 years younger. We're just a little bit, Calvin normally would have caught that ball probably, but it's just a little bit overthrown too. Come back run the counter option. Good play by Eric Grote.
The block out there.
I guarantee you, Eric Grote doing a great job for us at tight end. Of course, old 45 can run it. We got to get it in his hands about 25 times a game. Good, tough running there. Good job by our offensive line. And tough running by Eric.
Here goes
first down, and Marsh might have been. We get a penalty there. And we probably. Well, they didn't call that on us.
No, they didn't call that.
Might have been in motion there.
Don't think they got called for motion.
The few we did, they didn't see. I'll tell you that. Good blocks up there on the corner. Good tackle by the other guy on Eric.
4th down.
This may be the place where we get a little bit of a false start right here. It's Turner running the football, and
this is a 4th down play. This is a 4th down play.
Good job by Shane. Running up in there and running where it's hard, and we didn't block it all that well, but we picked up the necessary yardage and were smart enough not to pitch it, just needing a foot and getting up in and getting it. Run the toss sweep, and we had a good play here, and got one of those old. No, we didn't get a flag. I was thinking we had a flag on that. We had so many, it's just hard to keep up with.
Gain 5 there now. Morris will be thrown for a yard loss.
Just didn't really blocking about it right there, but we got to. And Morris understands this. We got to get where we're running through some tackles. And
get a penalty here.
Good job by Shane. With scores, we broke outside right there. That's the play we had the penalty on. It's the next play.
This is the penalty.
So it really wouldn't matter anyway. I don't guess.
4th down.
No, I don't believe this is the 4th down play here. If it is, we jump offside.
No, that's the penalty there. That's right. That was the penalty. Now we got 4th down. 4th and about 6 now.
Good job throwing the football by Shane. Good catch by Eric Grode. Big first down play.
First down on the 7.
I believe old Eric's about as excited as anybody around.
First time we've thrown to him this year.
Right, and I've said this myself several times, and
Looks like he scored that.
Eric kind of takes a bad rap from the kids about not catching well, and he's a big old guy. He weighs 230 pounds, and he has really improved catching the football. We had a mistake here on offense. Quarterback called one thing, and we didn't really pick up what we had to do, and made a little bit of a mistake. That was the time they came from the backside, not to kill the quarterback.
Yep. Fourth down.
I just couldn't really understand why we could see some of those clips and face masks, but we couldn't see some of that kind of stuff. Good running by Eric Turner, and he sticks in the end zone.
34 seconds to go in the third quarter now, and after the point after by David Stanley, the Wildcats will go out front 21-6.
I believe we had one roughing the kicker that wasn't called, and I believe it said that we blocked him into the kicker. I don't know whether I've ever seen that happen on the extra point. I've seen it happen on a punt, but it'd be pretty difficult to block him into the kicker.
Morris going to kick it in the end zone here. I thought this ball was on the 1 yard line, Coach.
Well, it doesn't show good on the film, but it doesn't matter whether the ball has been touched or not. If any part of that ball touches that line down there, then it's touchback. But I didn't look like it got into me, and I'm not sure the official was in very good position to see it, really.
That would have been a big play. They're going to get it out on the 20 now.
Pretty good defense right there. And really, this maybe is the only time in the game that we just sort of stiffened up and made a bunch of big plays. Gabe Goggins, Dusty Goggins, I believe Dusty's one of those guys that got his training under Ron Sparks, and that's why he's playing so well.
That's the quarter. Starts the fourth quarter
We're going
now.
to put old Ron on salary, I think, for what all that coaching he's done in the past, down through the years.
Well, there's a lot of fringe benefits involved.
Tony Schrader rushing faster, and throw it across the middle, and had the guy open. He can catch the football.
Yep, they're going to punt the ball away now.
I'm pretty sure that's the only series in the game where they had the ball 3 plays and we made a punt.
16-yard punt here.
Got to feel those things. Well, that might have been a little short. But
These Grissom coaches on this play, Coach, right before he ran this next play, they were screaming pass. Did they know what you were going to do?
But I don't know.
They were all jumping up. The coaches were jumping up and yelling pass, and sure enough, we passed.
Well, we were checking that play. It's one thing, and I think what they thought we were going to check it, and we just had a miscommunication over there.
Here's a big one.
Got to beat that.
Eric Turner, 38 yards.
Really don't run. They did a pretty good job of getting up in there, and Eric just did a lot of that on his own. Had a couple of guys miss. He didn't learn all that on his own.
No, I don't think so either. David Stanley will miss the point after, but the Wildcats with 11:30 to go lead it 27-12.
These people think I'm crazy. Old Ron had all 3 of the Turners in the Pee-wees one time in the same backfield. They call them small, medium, and large. Before Eric's large. He's only a large guy, but he plays like a large player all the time.
So Fort Payne will kick off to Grissom. First time tonight, Morris has kicked with that stiff wind, and he kind of shanked it.
Yeah, we got to get more consistent than that. Dribbled it around over there. Turned out pretty good, really.
Yeah, 27.
Got to tackle somebody.
Yeah. Osborne will go for 2 here.
We have a chance right now to play some good, tough defense and put the game out of reach, get the ball back, and maybe score again and let some of our young players have a chance to play.
3 plays and a punt here for him again, Coach.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't realize we did that. And we don't move the ball on offense this time. That's what our problem is.
They run a fullback pass here. Move Brock
well,
back
actually, they changed the backs, and we probably should have intercepted this ball. He underthrew it. We were back there in position, didn't get a very good break on the ball.
They'll punt the ball away.
It was a pretty good effort to get there. We've got to get away from that football back there.
So Fort Payne will set up on their own 41.
And I guess right here is the point where we need to have a good offensive drive and move the ball. We're doing some checking here, and we just really, we're about as confused as we can be right here, I can tell you that. And I guess about 90% of that's my fault.
Shane will go for 8.
Good, tough running.
3rd and 2. Shane will get the first down.
We've just still got a long way to go on our mesh. And we're bumping too much.
Incomplete pass.
That's not a real bad call. We were real close right there. We didn't pass block as well as I'd like us to.
Clark lined up at fullback now.
Right. Tarsus will play some fullback this week. And, I tell you, we had a little problem right here. We had Alan Rose out of the game, and we had Ryan Johnson. And Ryan's, had some good practice this week and a little more ready for it, but he had not played guard, and he was just really too slow getting across on the trap because he had not done that before.
Punt it down to the 10, then you're going to turn it over to the defensive star. Chris Elmore is going to intercept here. A couple of plays down the road.
Good thing we don't show all them bad plays. We caught them for holding out there, I guess. And that's a play I thought we had a bad clip on. And, we ended up getting a face mask, and it goes the other way. And, of course, thankfully, I don't think this is on our film, but I'd already gotten aggravated with officiating and sort of getting ready to get my 15.
Chris with his second straight interception.
Chris had a good break on that ball there. We were in a half coverage, and he was back in good shape and broke over and got the interception. Him and 38 pushing each other about something over there.
I think 38 came out and hugged him. I don't know.
It looked like he was excited because Chris intercepted the ball and he was congratulating.
That's what it looked like on our sideline shot. He
might have got
up and hugged him for congratulating. I guess he's a friendly person.
We just got to really, and we have worked hard this week trying to improve that. We're making too many mistakes on offense with our quarterback and fullback exchange on the option. Making mistakes out there and misread it really, but they're bringing in 8 guys every play, and we need to be throwing football, and of course when we do, we're missing, and of course that's keeping us from throwing those good.
Punt it to the 22.
Got to spread out down here a little bit on the coverage.
Good coverage there. I think it's Ben Lankford, the first one down.
Right, Ben's doing a good job. He's snapping for us on punts and extra points, and of course he's our center.
I was one with Oda Ledbetter here.
Got to get there a little quicker. Got to cover some folks out there, have a missed tackle or two. He runs up to about the 50. And
24-yard game.
There's not a lot of time left in the game. What we need to do is make a good defensive stand. We had hoped to get a chance to play some of our younger players, and right now with a few minutes we end up fighting for our lives.
Pass to Carlton here at 9.
Not really rushing that pass as hard as we got to. We picked up 8 or 9 yards. Come back here and run the draw, and not a bad play there, but we makes the first down.
Big pass here.
Well, they've obviously got some confusion. We got folks back there fighting over the ball, and I think Chris even slips down or falls down, goes right through our hand, and the guy catches it. Thankfully, we caught him before we got in the end zone.
35-yard gain down to the 8, so they're first and goal.
We've got to get a little better than that.
Bockenkamp will carry for 2 to the 6.
I think this is where we get the face mask. And what I was really fussing about, I was wrong about, to be honest. But at the same time, I just, I know those guys have a tough job to do, but, when there's a flag every 2 or 3 plays, it just sort of breaks the continuity of the game there. And I come out and attack us. It really wasn't 15. I guess that's one reason we ended up getting it. It didn't cost us but a couple.
1.5 yard penalty from the 3 down to the 1.5. So Grissom now has the ball on Fort Payne's 1.5 yard line. First down. And they're going to be at the 3 when this series is over.
Well, again, maybe a good that came out of that. Our guys got fired up. I don't know whether they got fired up because I was mad or they thought that it was getting rooked or whatever, but we come in and make a good play right there on the tall sweep. We start to show a little excitement for a change.
Bockenkamp will carry again for no gain.
Good tackle there by Chris Palmer. And fumbled the ball. It looked like he fumbled it intentionally into the end zone.
What we're talking about is on the show. It looked like a pass.
Should have been a 5-yard penalty for intentionally fumbling the ball.
Here's those
illegal fall pass or whatever. I believe they had ruled him down. Another good play by Chris Palmer.
4th down.
And try to go back to pass this time and we sack him. I guess that's good for our guys too. Everything sort of evens out in the end. But I just felt like we didn't really play real hard all night. And we sort of got fired up here and had a goal line stand. And made us feel a little bit better on defense, I think. A lot of guys. Dusty was the first guy there, I believe.
We hold him. Had a couple of pretty good runs here, but they're called back on penalties.
Well, we were going to just run the clock out. We kneeled down. I think they called timeout first, and right. Then we come up and get a penalty. So we decided to to run a play rather than just to fall on it again, because I think they've got another timeout left.
Yeah, they do.
We had illegal procedure there, and I think we get a clip. So I thought Eric was gone right here.
What's the clip right there?
Who? A little bit of a late hit, wouldn't you say?
Yep. No flag there, though.
I don't know. I'm sure everybody's got feelings, and I think I hurt theirs a little bit, and so we probably would do a bad call or two after that.
Eric will carry for
I
a 10 here.
wasn't real pleased. But a lot of times, I tell you, more times than not, when I've complained at games about it, more times than not, when I look at film, it's not near as bad as I thought it was at the time. Our biggest, if we'd have played as well as those guys officiated the other night, we'd have probably won by a bigger score. So I just wish we'd have got a chance to put it away and let some of our young guys get to play some.
Eric for 6 on the final play, so Fort Payne wins it by a score of 27-12. We'll be back in one moment to look at some film of Fort Payne's next opponent, Scottsboro.